Hi everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will talk about point and line comments. During the next videos and including this video, we will talk about the commands only because I really have experience with every kind of uh, command here. So if I try to explain and give a real life example now, we will lose too much time. The point here, I want to teach you the commands very quickly and at the end of the first educational series, we will start applications. Like I will explain the real life experiences there. So we will save time. We will not talk too much. We will just focus on the duties, like mm, what we need to do actually. Then we can learn quicker. So trust me, I will give every kind of examples with the real design experiences. But now we need to just cover all the subjects by just explaining the comments. Uh, a little bit patience, then we will talk about the real experiences. Even for the point comment, I have experiences. So it is like sooner or later we will explain all of it. I want to just cover the important comments first and finish this first part of the educational series. So we will then be able to do the applications like duties. I will give you guys what to do with the videos. And in the other video, for example, I will show you how to do it in a way. So you are gonna learn everything. Don't worry. So we will begin with the point command. I will click on point and choose a plane. Wherever I click, I will have the points. I think you are able to just figure out where they are. Just they are black here. I will right click on my mouse button, my right mouse button and click OK and deactivate the point function. The thing is, uh, when you delete the everything, for example, when you choose all and click on delete, sometimes you can delete the center point also. It is so interesting. Like it's not like the other softwares. Most of the softwares keep the point also. Like SolidWorks, I think I don't remember that we can delete the center point. But here it is possible. So if you want to bring the center point back, you need to click on the center point on the browser, model browser, and then click on the project geometry. Like when you click on project geometry, uh, I will now deactivate this one also. You bring the point here again, center point again. What project geometry makes is when we are in an active sketch, like here, we can use other items in the design. For example, right bottom corner of a cube, for example. We can use the point of this corner in this sketch. That will give us a chance to create parametric designed objects. So I will explain them later in the 3D tools, 3D model comments like extrude and so. I will explain and show it. So we can use points, uh, the points related to other steps, other sketches, maybe 3D bodies or whatever. Then we can continue by including some extra information or again and again. At the end, we will have an object. When we change one variable from the first step, like one dimension, when we change it, every other steps will follow this change, for example. This project geometry option is so important. That's why. Here, we just took the center point back to our scene by using project geometry. This is important. Then we have line, and under the line, we have a small um, arrow that gives other options about the lines and splines and some curves. Why we have line and other options like that under the line command? Most possibly, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't design the software, but most possibly it is related to a basic information. To create a line, we need at least 2 points. That's why we have 2 points here uh, in the icon also. But as I said, this is the logic behind from my perspective. That's why we have the spline also as under the line comments, because those are also somehow the lines with more control points. That's why we will see them also. To create a line, we can click on directly to the command and start clicking on the scene and bring the lines. I can close the line by going to the first point. The point will seem green in that case. And if I click, it will close the sketch like that. And I will deactivate it now. For the colors, maybe you don't like the colors here. You want to change the working area colors and view options. You go to the view and you will have a lot of options here for your area. Like I use now presentation. You can choose to sky, for example. You can change the colors here. Also, you can go to the settings, for example. Then you have presentation here. You see all of the options. Like I chose presentation, but if I want to customize here, for example, if you don't see the point color very good, you can change it. Like customize shames. You will click on this and you will have presentation here, which is active with me. Like I am using presentation. So there you have all the options. For example, we are in the sketch and I want to use um, reference curve here, for example. It is with the white color. You can change it to yellow, for example, and click OK and OK and apply. It doesn't come like fully. I clicked apply and close. So now the color is yellow for me. If you don't like it like that, you want the lines black and the points, the reference points or lines in the white color, for example, you can go back to the settings. I will use white because it is easier to see. I want to show you all how the things work. You can just change every option from here. I will choose white, for example, and click OK and apply, close. This point color is now white. So you can also check yourself. Coming to the line comments again. For example, I clicked on the line. I am moving it to here. I explained in the previous video how to take it like that. I am clicking here to a point. What is appearing in my screen? The millimeter and degree options. The blue highlighted area is changing and it is staying under the blue highlight. That means we are in the first option. We will choose it. And if I write here 20, for example, from my keyboard, I just clicked on 20, the size doesn't change anymore. And if I click on tab button, now the size is not changing, but now the degree, the angle value is highlighted. The more I am moving my cursor, it is following it and the value is changing. So if I give here like 45 degree and click enter, now I have the length of a line 20 and the angle is 45 here. In that case, the difference is when I click somewhere else and create the line, I don't get the dimensions with it. But I just gave a specific value for the line. So it just brought these specific values to the scene also. This is also customizable, but yeah, it is like, um, it is coming like that if you don't change it. So we can create it like that also. What we have, also we have a middle point line. If we click on somewhere, it is not going to be the first point of the line with this command, it is going to be the midpoint of the line. When I click OK, then I got the line by clicking in the midpoint. So if I can make it like that, I will put the line like this, and these parts from this point to here, yeah, we can check like this also. Normally, I will explain the dimensions later. From this point to this point will be the same, as you can see. But we already gave this value. That's why we didn't need to show it here. It just put the um, another explanation. We will come to those points also. We will explain all of it later with in the dimensions. So this is the midpoint line. What do we have? We have splines, but two options we have for the splines. One is you have the control points on the line, on the spline. In the other one, you have the control points not on the spline, like around the spline. This is called control vertices. You are giving the vertices here, and here it calls like interpolation, but yeah, technically those are control points. Mathematically, there are a lot of big differences here for the calculation and so, but this subject was so, like, I don't like this subject that much. I learned it. Learning it is good, but calculating is, I don't know if it's so necessary. It was in the master's course, like that. It's okay. With the other spline option, we have the control points on the line. So what makes the difference? If you want to give the specific values for both of them, like I will give here 20, and I will give here also 20, for example. The difference is you can set these points, like I will, just a second, I will make it like that, for example. So this is the highest point I can measure, for example. If I create a 3D object with this shape, for example, the quality team cannot measure it. Like this is on the air. How they can measure this point from here, for example? They cannot measure it because this is a virtual control point, not on the um, spline, this line. But they can measure this from the part. Like think you just 3D printed an object, and you can measure here because it is on the 3D object. So you can touch it. It is there. So this is the difference. And yeah, in some specific areas for the production or something, you can use this option also. It depends where you want to use it. Because we have the options I am just showing. Maybe in the future you will use this one a lot comparing to others. But so far, I just used this one most, like if I needed to use one, I just used this one more. Equation curve, I have never used here. Like here we have two axes, x and y, depending to the variable t. So you will click here t plus 20, for example. Here 2 times t plus 100. So if you click OK, now we are not seeing it. We need to double click here. We had a line exactly on these written coordinates, and values are depending on the t. Like I will click again. T minimum and T maximum gives the values to calculate this equation. For example, T plus 10 we wrote here. Here we wrote 2 times T plus 100, I think. Let's make it 500 or yeah. And click OK. It just went to this direction, for example. And it is now here. Yeah. You don't need this. I never used that. Maybe you will need in the future. I don't know. Bridge curve. I also never used that one. I don't know why that is existing. Like it is an uncontrolled curve between two bridge. But in the 3D design, mechanical design engineering, uncontrolled curves are so, I don't know, are not so common, I would say, because even a small place, we are giving with the question why. Why do we do that? Why should we do that? We are giving these answers and design something. That's why I never used that one also. Maybe you will need it. So I clicked on escape button on the um, keyboard and deactivated that also. I think this is enough for this video because I don't want to make the video so long. I just showed you guys how to use project geometry to bring the center point again. How do we bring the points here? And how we create the line and the other options, spline and curves, equation curves and bridge curves also. So we did a lot for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.